Late one evening, Sarah found herself walking home after a long day of work. She lived alone in a small house at the end of a quiet street, a place that usually brought her comfort. But tonight, something felt off. As she approached her front door, she noticed her black cat, Shadow, sitting on the porch staring directly at her. Shadow had always been affectionate, playful, a companion during lonely nights. But as Sarah got closer, she realized there was something wrong. His eyes, which had once been a bright green, now glowed a sickly yellow. His pupils, once round and curious, were slits like those of a snake. "Shadow?" she whispered, kneeling down to pet him. The cat didn't move, didn't blink. He just stared. Sarah felt a shiver run down her spine. She stood up quickly and hurried inside, shaking off the feeling. "I'm just tired," she told herself. Later that night, as she lay in bed, Sarah heard a faint scratching at her bedroom door. She sat up, the room cold despite the summer heat. The scratching grew louder, more insistent, almost as if something was trying to claw its way in. "Shadow?" she called out hesitantly, her voice trembling. The door creaked open, but it wasn't Shadow standing in the doorway. Instead, it was a shadowy figure, tall with glowing yellow eyes. Its shape shifted and writhed as it slithered toward her. Frozen in fear, Sarah tried to scream, but no sound came out. The figure whispered in a voice that was both a hiss and a growl, "He's mine now." Suddenly, the figure morphed into Shadow, who leapt onto her bed, his eyes burning into hers. But this wasn't her cat anymore. Something else had taken over. His body twitched and contorted unnaturally, and a deep guttural growl rumbled from his throat. Sarah scrambled to get out of bed, but the cat pounced, pinning her down with a strength no ordinary animal could possess. She felt icy claws dig into her skin as the cat's face hovered inches from hers, its mouth twisting into a grotesque grin. "You opened the door," the cat hissed, though its mouth didn't move. "Now you're mine." The room plunged into darkness, and Sarah's screams echoed through the night, unheard by anyone. As the chilling darkness closed in, Sarah's screams faded into an eerie silence, and Shadow's glowing eyes were the only thing left to see. What happened to her next? Well, some stories are better left untold, for now. But if you're brave enough to hear more spine-chilling tales like this one, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. You wouldn't want to miss what lurks in the shadows of the next story, would you? Sleep tight, if you can.